One live. We are live.
Welcome to Football Overseas, your favorite sports hub where passion meets sports. Whether it's club football, international tournaments, or global leagues, we bring every game, every story, every debate straight to you. During the international break, every continent comes alive on our channel, Eurovision, all things Europe, Nations League, Euros, FIFA WC qualifiers. Goal Plus Africa, Africa's Heartbeat, AFCON, CHAN, COSAFA Cup, FIFA WC qualifiers. Libertadores Vision, South America Uncovered, Copa Libertadores, Copa America, WC qualifiers. Silk Dynasty, Asia Spotlight, Asian Cup, WC qualifiers. Harambee Stars Unleashed, everything about Kenya's national team. When club football dominates, we go deeper. United Frontline, the ultimate Man United fan experience. Echoes of Anfield, Liverpool like you've never seen it. House of Galacticos, Real Madrid Uncovered. Premier League Game Month Show, stats, analysis, insights every 4 game weeks. Champions Crystal Ball, UEFA Tournaments, Club World Cup, Super Cup predictions. Final Whistle Debate Show, the hottest sports topics debated by experts, every 6 weeks. Deal Paranoia, transfer window coverage you can't miss. And for weekly predictions, we cover everything: Premier League, Championship, FA Cup, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, League One, DStv Premiership, T20 Cricket, F1, Women's Super League, international tournaments, and much more. Why subscribe? Because we don't just show games, we predict, analyze, debate, and break the stories that matter. From transfers to tactical battles, from managerial appointments to live watch-alongs, Football Overseas gives you the edge no other channel does. This is your hub for global sports, where every match counts, every opinion matters, and every fan belongs. Subscribe, join the debate, and fuel your passion. The game doesn't wait, and neither should you.
Ooh, pick up, guys. Welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel, and we are live for another Premier League preview. That is Premier League game week. Game week, what is it, around game week 27? Yeah, we're live for game week 27, and it is Moyes versus Michael Carrick match. And yeah, so Moyes, former Man United manager versus Man United legend. It is a big match that will happen on Monday, and we all know how Man United fans perform. We all know how Man United perform on a Monday. Don't perform as well as we do on a Saturday or on a Sunday. And we know that last time we beat Moyes on the road was before it was before 2021. We haven't beaten Moyes on the road since 2021. And if we can't beat West Ham, can we beat Everton? Because let's be honest, United has beef. We have all scores to so, and last time Everton beat us with 10 men. Everton 10 men beat us 1-0 at Old Trafford, and we have to go to the my side of Liverpool and beat Everton for the sake of our dignity, for the sake of our ego, for the sake of matching all wounds. And obviously we cannot drop points back to back games. And that game against West Ham we played poor. Against West Ham we played poor. We were lucky to get a draw. Against West Ham we were lucky to get a draw. West Ham played well. They set up well to counter our attacks and those things, and we played poor. And we're playing against David Moyes. David Moyes is a kind of manager who knows how to play against United. He knows United inside and out because he was a former Man United manager. And what makes this fixture more interesting is we have two former Man United players facing against United. That is Michael Kane and James Garner. Those are two academy stars that were rejected for at first team football, and they have something to say. Can Kene as is the centre back for Everton, James Garner is the CM, and both guys are hosting United, and they have something to say about that because let's be honest, this will be a feisty fixture. Obviously, we don't know whether the Elite and Mount will be back. Injury, they haven't said anything about those two being back. I don't know what's the clue about that. And before we start off, yo, what's up? Night, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good,
AK,
man. How are you, bro? Hope you're
I'm
doing
doing.
good, man.
How you feeling ahead of this match?
Everton away, like I said, bro, it's never a game where I never look forward to. It's a game where I'm just like, oh no, we've got to go Everton away now. It's gonna be a tough game. I just don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Like, Everton away is always a weird game. Every time United go Everton away, I just don't know what happens, bro. It's like I said, it's a weird game, weird type of fixture. Like one day we'll turn up, one day we won't turn up. One day we might go and beat Everton 3-0 at their ground. One day we might go get slapped. It is what it is. Everton away is always a tough game, but I hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're blessed. Thank you for having me on once again, bro. And yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to Kyle. Make sure you guys get him to 600 subscribers. Not 600. I'm closer to 600. He's closer to 1K. Get him to 1K,
Yeah,
guys. Get him to 1K and get me to 600. Big up to you, bro. Thank you once again for having me on.
yeah, and obviously it is
Once
fresh
again,
stadium, fresh chat.
yep.
Yeah, for this fixture, it is fresh stadium, fresh chat. And how do you feel about that? Because obviously, last time we were playing against Goodison Park, we owned Goodison Park. We beat
We
most of.
we won the last 2 out of 3 away at Goodison Park. Actually, if you think about it, the last 2 of 3 games we won was at Goodison Park. Like in terms of like away there, but this is not Goodison Park. This is the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and this is the
Yeah,
first time Man United are going there. I'm not saying that going to a new ground is an excuse. No, I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's going to be a tough game because we're going to a new ground. No, it's about the team that we're playing. How well everything's set up, how well they actually play as a team. Because Everton actually know how to play as a team. They're so compact. Like they defend the spaces. They set up very well. Excuse the background noise. But yeah, look, David Moyes. Last time we were 1-0 up. Sorry, we were 1-0 down Everton. We lost because why is because Everton scored and they sat back. 10 men Everton sat back, and they held on to win the game. And that's because these guys, like I said, they're well organized. They're set up well. They know what to do. They know what type of game they're playing. They know how to approach the game. I'm not saying Everton will will be like I'm not saying we can't win. Of course we can, but we have to be on our game. We have to score first. Because what happened last time? Everton scored first. You know, albeit it was a different manager. Everton could still know how to set up well. We've seen teams like Newcastle go away to Everton this year. We've seen Everton get slapped at their own ground this season by a few teams, and that's down to their own, and that's down to how poor Everton's set up. You know what I'm trying to say? So look, we've got to go there, set ourselves up well, you know, match up against them well, get the first goal, and see where we go from there.
yeah, true. And also we have seen West Ham being smashed by other teams as well, but that
Yes,
wasn't the case against United.
exactly.
Yeah, so I do get your point. And obviously, are you confident heading to Everton considering how we performed the last game?
Yeah, because we have a new manager, and that's the thing. Having a new manager, having a good run of results, a decent run of results, or sorry, it's not decent, a really good run of results actually, if you think about it. And yeah, look, Everton, like going away to Everton, I'm not always confident going away to Everton, but this time I'm feeling a bit better. I think we can get something out of this game. When I mean something, I say we can win. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. I do get what you mean. Yeah. So, um, and how does the 2 weeks break help United? Or this or not help United at all.
Say that again. Sorry, I couldn't hear you there. Say
No,
that again.
no, like the 2 weeks break that we have had, the
Yeah.
the break that we have had from FA Cup,
Yeah.
UCL football. Uh,
hmm
uh, do you feel like it has helped United or in a way
I
or not helped
I
at
don't
all?
know because don't forget Everton also had a break. Such as us. Everton also had a break. Everton had a 2 week break too. Don't forget that. It's not just us that had a 2 week break. Everton did because they didn't play FA Cup. We didn't play FA Cup. Unfortunately, we didn't play FA Cup. I would have loved to have played in the FA Cup because, like I said, I want to have something to win at the end of the season, right? We're Man United. We should be trying to win something. At the end of the day, like, look, I think the 2 week break might help us because obviously our last draw against West Ham, the players might think, all right, we'll reflect on that in 2 weeks' time and see how we do against Everton away. Because Everton also playing after 2 weeks. Both of us playing after 2 weeks. Everton just we have 1 day I think less rest than Everton. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, look, I think I think it'll be an interesting game for sure.
Yeah, and obviously Everton heads into this game after bottling a 1-0 lead against Bournemouth. Will that help Everton to push harder in this game, or do you feel like that will make Everton be a bit timid and scared to go all out attacking?
What you mean? You mean against us? Like go all attacking against
Yeah,
us, man?
I guess United, since in the last game they hosted Bournemouth and they were 1-0 up against Bournemouth
Yeah,
and they had 10 men. Yeah, with 10 men they dropped the top point with 10 men. So they lost to one towards the end. Will that
we lost Everton with 10 men. Don't forget.
No, I'm not saying against Bournemouth. The last game, Everton had the bottle a 1-0 lead against Bournemouth, and
Yeah,
will that push Everton to be more attacking this game, or
it depends. It depends who gets the first goal, right? If we get the first goal, then they'll have to go all guns blazing. If if we go for from minute one, we take the game to Everton. That's how I see it.
okay? But so considering the last game, you feel like they will sit back and wait for United to attack, or it will be the other way around,
Both, both. Like I
both
said,
ways.
it depends. It depends on the scoreline. I think if we score first, then like I said, they'll go all guns blazing. If they get the first goal, they'll sit back like how they did at Old Trafford. Remember that 10 men
Yeah,
Everton. There
yeah,
was a red
true.
card. There was a red card incident at Everton against at Old Trafford last game. We ended up losing to a wonder strike from Dewsbury Hall. We couldn't break them down. You know, 10 men Everton.
Yeah,
That was the peak for Ruben Amorim. That was the day we. That was the day that Ruben Amorim could have been sacked. But you know what, Carrick. Let's see, man. But you know what? The last time we lost 1-0 away, last time we lost 1-0 at home to Everton, we ended up losing them 2-0 away. But then that was with Roberto Martinez as their manager, right? So yeah. Look,
yeah.
I'm not trying to say that history will repeat itself, but Everton away is not my most favorite fixture of the season. It isn't. I don't like playing. I don't like going to Everton away. For some reason, I don't like playing away at Everton. It's a game that I just don't ever like playing. I really don't. I mean,
Yeah, and for me, obviously, I don't like how we play on Monday nights.
I don't think it's about Monday night football. I think it's
Like
about.
we
I don't think it's about that, bro. To be honest with you, I hear you. Like this season, we've not been amazing on Monday nights, but we beat Wolves 4-1 on a Monday night. I think, if I don't recall, we beat Wolves on a Monday night 4-1.
yeah, yeah, but that was what one game out of many results.
True, but it depends how we turn up, right? And the form going into this game is much better than the last time because the last time we were what, two draws in a row. We
Yeah.
had two draws in a row before playing Everton away.
Yes.
So it's different this time, different circumstances. Obviously, the last time before we played Everton, our manager also won Manager of the Month. But this time, we won four in a row, drew one, and the guy didn't get his haircut. Surprise,
Mhm.
surprise. But no, no. Look, like I said,
Yeah.
it depends. On the turn up. I can only look at that. If we could turn up with Everton the way we did against Arsenal away, the way we did against the way we turn
Liverpool.
up against Arsenal away, we turn up, yeah, because Arsenal were touted to have one of the best defenses in the world, but we managed to break them down. So yeah, no, look,
Yeah.
turn up.
And obviously, Everton entered into this game with some injuries and suspensions. Jack
Not many,
Grealish.
not, not many,
Yeah,
just a few,
it's only one.
just only
It's
one.
only Jack. It's only Jack that's missing the game, and their centre back.
Yeah, their center back's injured. Yeah, that's it. But
But
we also
basically,
have like missing. Maguire is playing. So obviously, I remember you mentioned on my show yesterday, Maguire might not play, but actually, he wasn't mentioned in the team news yesterday. He wasn't mentioned yet. His name wasn't mentioned yesterday.
oh,
So
so
he's playing. He'll definitely play Sunday. Sorry, Monday.
yeah, yeah. I said it could be 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously for Everton, it's only what one good player that's out injured. The suspended player is basically the third choice centre back. So
Yes.
it doesn't really help our case.
No, no,
But
you're right. It doesn't.
yeah, and obviously the last time we played Everton, the players that we have to look out for is India. Like remember,
NDI, element NDI. Yep.
yeah, the, the transfer target we are looking into buying this summer, and also the centre back. Remember Jared, we are linked to him a
Mm,
lot before buying Lenny Euro. Brent White,
Jano Barry. I mean Barry.
no Brent White.
Oh, Branthwaite. Branthwaite. Sorry. I misheard you there. Yes, Branthwaite.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we linked to him a lot before buying Lenny Euro, and also they have also other players like James Garner. Um, they have players like Beto. Beto has scored goals, scored one goal against United. Um, Guy has scored a goal against United before, and he has scored a goal in the last 5 games for Everton. Also, Beto has scored a goal in the last 5 games. Also, um, remember Dewsbury Hall.
Dewsbury Hall. Yes. Dewsbury Hall. Yes.
Yeah, somehow he finds the back of the net against Man United. I don't know how he does that, but somehow he does.
Yeah, he does. And we have to be wary of these guys that can dive because somehow, some way, these guys are what you call these guys are dangerous. Somehow they can bag a goal against us. I don't know if they will, but listen, hopefully they don't, and we keep a clean sheet. But I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, so I think we'll win the game. But I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet because every time we do something significant, we never keep a clean sheet, and that's the sad part. We never keep a clean sheet. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and also I think also the reason why these players tend to find the back of the
Mm.
net against United is because the players look at these players and then they say, "Oh, there's nothing much this guy can do. Let focus marking a guy who's more a bigger threat than this guy is."
Mm.
That's how small players like the Raspberry Hall gets a goal against United.
But we have to
Also,
try and make sure that we don't give him space to shoot. Because the last time the last time he played, we didn't give him we gave him too much space, and he took one from outside the box, right?
yeah,
And that's the thing. Like we have to be wary of allowing players to get shots from outside the box because what happened against Fulham? What happened against Fulham? Remember that we gave players space to shoot from outside the box. Lamens couldn't get it. You see what
mm,
happened? We can't give these players space to shoot, bro. We just can't. What happened against? What happened against? What'd you say? Uh, what can I think of? What game can I think of?
mm, wait, is it the one against Everton, and then the other one against Nottingham?
Nottingham Forest. No, not Forest. Not Forest. Not Forest.
Wolves.
Everton. Wolves. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. But this
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. If you allow them space to shoot, they can hit one against us. Hey, Bournemouth free kick. We conceded a free kick against was it Bournemouth, Brighton. How many shots
yeah,
did we concede outside the box, bro?
true. And
That
also, I think also United needs to take a leave from these players. Like if we cannot pass the ball inside the box to score, why can't we take shots outside the box and have runners inside the box to run to get a rebound? Like I explained in your show.
mm, we need runners. We need to get in behind. Like Everton have pacey wingers. If we can get in behind their defense, capitalize on the slow defenders. I
Yeah,
don't know how quick the defenders are, but if we can capitalize on how quick the defense is, or how slow the defense is, bro, get in behind, counter. I think we score. Like I mentioned yesterday on my show as well. I think we score off counterattacks. I don't see us scoring. Okay, maybe we can score from a set piece. Maybe we can score from like a shot from inside the box. But I think countering them is our best hope as well. If we can hit them on the counter, because David Moyes' teams get concede on the counter very easily. I watched David Moyes too many times to tell you that he can concede on the counter. So yeah, counter attack them and see how we do.
yeah, and obviously, yeah, we should hit them on counterattacks, and also we need more and more people trying to take risky shots. Like too many times we see players having being United players being in an opportunity to shoot from far,
But we
but
don't shoot.
they instead want to pass to the next player.
But at the same
And then
time, bro, remember that Spurs game where we
yeah,
took two the box and we scored two
mm,
of our goals inside the box, and Buemo's
yeah,
goal was inside the box. Bruno's goal was inside the box. You know what I mean?
yeah, but we need
So
a mixture of both, inside and
yeah,
outside.
mixture of both. Yeah, but this is why I think like we have to try and. I agree with you. I think maybe we didn't give Cunha enough space to shoot from outside the box against West Ham. If Cunha was given space to shoot from outside the box against West Ham, I think he scores one of them. I think he definitely
Yeah,
scores one of them. Hundred
true.
percent.
And also, says for this game, Sesko needs to start.
Hmm.
Yeah, Sesko
I agree.
needs to start.
Low block, Sesko.
Yeah, I don't think this will be a low block. I think this will be a middle block.
Then it
You know
suits
how
us. Then it suits us because if they play middle block, they'll concede. Our wingers are too fast for them to cope. If you play Mbemo on the right, you're done. In behind, finished. That's only if they play
yeah,
mid block or a high line. If they play a low block, then it'll be tough. Sure.
yeah, but I feel like um what Carrick will do, he'll play Bomo on as a striker, not as a right winger.
Mm, I hear you.
And David Moyes feels like Carrick will play Bumo on as a striker, not as a right winger. So that's why David Moyes might do a middle block.
Yeah, but then again, like I say, it suits us. But it suits us
Yes.
because, like I said, counter attacks. If we counter Everton, we'll win. If we can hit them on the
Ah,
counter fast, then we'll win the game.
so what's your predicted lineup for this game?
The same back line, same midfield. I think Sesko will start. I think he might. I think Michael Carrick might start Sesko this game. For some reason, I think he'll start Sesko.
Yeah, so I'm going for the same defense, same midfield. Um, I'm feeling tempted to drop Cunha and put Bomo on the on the left side and
All right.
have somebody like Sesko on as striker so that Cunha can come off the bench.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think that's fair. That's a fair fair analysis. I think I think maybe Mason Mount. I think you mentioned yesterday on my show as well. Mason Mount start on the left, and then you said Cunha comes off the bench. Like just now you said as well, right?
Yeah, because I feel like against Everton we need that pacey winger, and I feel like against West Ham we lacked that because our pacey winger Cunha was already tired,
Yeah,
so we didn't have any pace to come off the bench. So that's why we could have beaten West Ham towards the end if we had
agreed.
pacey wingers coming off. And I feel like
Yeah,
against Everton we need a pacey winger to come off the bench.
yeah. I hear you, bro. 100%.
Yeah, so if Mount is starting or even close enough to be on the bench to be good enough. But if Mount is ruled out for this game, I'll still put a boom on the left and have Cisco as striker. Cunha comes off the bench. Have nothing against Cunha. I just feel like he will do better as a super sub for this type of game than as a starter.
Say it again. Sorry.
I'm saying I have nothing against Cunha, but I feel like he'll do better as a super sub than as a starter for this type of game.
Okay, I hear
Yeah.
you. I think when Dorgu was starting on the left, I think Cunha off the bench actually worked. Against City, it worked. Against Arsenal, it worked. Obviously, he had to play against Fulham because Dorgu got injured against Arsenal, right? He's out for 10 weeks now, so he's out. It's been like what 3 weeks now since he's been out. It's been like what
Yeah.
3 weeks he's been injured now. So I think it'll be like another 5 more weeks till he's properly back. Because at the end of the day, I don't see him returning this season. To be honest with you, I'll be completely honest with you, bro. I don't see Dorgu returning this season. If it's a 10 week injury, you might as well sit him out the rest of the season because I don't want to see. I don't want to get you. You don't want to get him re-injured again. You know what I mean? And if let's say Denmark does qualify for the World Cup and he misses the World Cup, then that's at the end of the day, you got to make sacrifices. I get it, but I don't think he wants to miss out on an opportunity to play in the World Cup with his team. So we'll see. I mean, look, I think what we have to do now is we have to make sure that he comes back healthy. Whether he comes back this season, whether he comes back next season, it's a different story. Hopefully, he can come back fit. And as you mentioned about Cunha on the left off the bench, it could work. It could work, but I think starting him is better because I think we need to hit. We need to get on the front foot fast. I want us to get. I want us to get. I want us to get on the front foot. I want us to take the lead. Or I want us to take an early lead because we can't just depend on last minute equalizers to depend on late goals to save us. I want us to take an early lead, take it to the second half, get an early second goal, control the game, and just wrap it up. I want us to score more goals. We've scored how many goals in the last few 3 games? Like sorry,
Um,
since Carrick's been here, he's scored how many goals? So we scored 2 goals, 5 goals, plus threes 8, plus 2 against Spurs, 10, 11 goals already scored under Carrick. Already 11 goals, Carrick. And how many have we conceded?
Actually,
One against two against Arsenal, two against Fulham, so we've conceded four. Five. We've conceded 5 goals, scored and scored 11 goals under Carrick
yeah.
so far.
And looking at Everton's right side, it seems like it could suit Acuna type because of Armstrong, Patterson. So it could be players that Cunha can handle on the right side.
Mm.
Because the left side of Everton looks a bit packed with Dia and the left back as well. So those are so I feel like West Ham, Everton will counter on the left side and will defend on the right side.
Mm.
Yeah.
I hear you, bro.
Because Armstrong is not an elite
But
type of winger.
but the only
Yeah.
problem is with their right back. You're saying it's between Armstrong and who else again?
Patterson. Patterson.
Addison, Everton.
Yeah.
I think Armstrong will start possibly. I think Armstrong. What happened to Sidibe, by the way? What happened to Sidibe from Everton? Like, what happened to him? Did he leave?
What
He
happened
was
to?
Sidibe. Remember Sidibe, the right back?
Oh, Saliba.
Sidibe, the one from Monaco. He signed from Monaco. Remember? Sidibe.
At
Sidibe.
SI.
Sidibe. Sidibe. The right back.
BI.
No, Sidi. Sidibe. Sidibe. Sidibe.
Or the 33-year-old Everton. The 30-year-old that used to be at Everton.
Yes.
Yeah,
Where?
he's in France.
Oh, so he went back to France. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
He went back.
because I would have thought he'd start if he was still there.
No, he's not
And
starting. So it's Nathan Patterson and Armstrong. And looking at the creative side, the left side is more creative than the right side, so they might defend more on the right side. Each can work for Cunha because it shows the right side is a bit weaker on the than the left side.
mm,
But now my only issue is, can Ahmad be able to handle the counterattacks on his wing? It makes me to change my formation and say maybe we could have a bomb on the right side and
Embuemo starts on the right for me. I don't
yeah, a
think it's.
bomb on the right side, Sesko as striker and Cunha as left
But then,
winger.
you said Mount will start. You said you wanted Mount to start, so I think you could put Mount on the left as well. I mean,
No,
I think Mount will
yeah, I
come on
changed I
the
changed
middle.
my mind because of looking at the formation of
Mm,
Everton.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Then fair enough. I hear you. Then.
Because you see on the left side, I see that the left side has contributed to the last 5 games, and they've either scored 1 goal or assisted. The right side haven't contributed to that, which is what I'm assuming the right side could be defending more than the left side,
So
which
you're
is why
saying
we need which is why we need something like a Bomo to handle the counter attacks
he
on
should be able.
Everton.
He should be able to. Like, look, if we're doing if we're trying to if we're trying to play good crosses or want to create for a striker, you've got to play Mbeumo on the right. And Mbeumo, when he crossed it to Sesko, what happened? He scored, right? Um, what happened to what happened to how do you say it? What happened to the last? What were we gonna say again? What happened the last time we played proper right winger in Korea on the right hand side? We create, right? We
Mm.
create. You create and Sesko starts. When Bruno was on the right hand side against Fulham in the last for the last goal for the winning goal, where was this cross from?
On the right side,
The right side. Where was Dallow's throw in against Sunderland from when Sesko scored?
right side.
So if you want to create for Sesko, you need to have a good right hand side, because
Yeah.
when you put in a good cross, it needs to come from the right hand side. Okay, to be fair with you though, I will say this: Dorgu's cross for Sesko against Burnley came from the left hand side. Even both goals actually came from the right hand side. Sorry, both goals came from the left hand side. I'm not trying to say, and against Brentford he scored the right hand side as well. I'm not trying to say that Sesko's goals always have to come from the right hand side, but mostly they seem like it comes from the right hand side. You know what I'm trying to say? It seems like it comes from the right hand side. So if you want to put in a good cross to Sesko, it better be on the right wing. That's how I see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And obviously, it makes sense. It makes sense why Ahmad should be dropped for this game then.
Yeah, not drop, but bring him off the bench.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, dropped from the starting 11 to the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your predicted scoreline for this game?
Sorry, 1 second. My
Yeah,
head says. Sorry.
so for me, I'll go for 2-1 win United. What about you?
My head says 2-2. My heart says 2-1 United. So I'll just go with my heart and I'll say 2-1 United. 2-1 Man United.
Right.
We'll win the game. I just don't trust us to keep a clean sheet, bro. I don't trust us to keep a clean sheet. So I think it'll be 2-1. I would love a two. I would love a comfortable clean sheet win. That's what I want. We've won there a few times already with a clean sheet, but like I want to keep a clean sheet. But do I see us keeping a clean sheet? Probably not. I think we'll win, but like, it won't be as comfortable. It'll be like a 2-1 win. It, it'll be a good performance. It won't be as comfortable of a win. We'll have to grind it out because Everton will set themselves up well. They're well compact. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's my score prediction.
Yeah, so I'll go for 2-1 win as well. And we need as a result that shows that we have been working on something during this 2 weeks break, and we need a result that shows that we have improved from that West Ham game as well.
Mm. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
We need to improve the result. Like, look, I can accept sometimes you're not always gonna have the most perfect game, most perfect performance. You're not always gonna have the most perfect result. You're not always gonna go have your result go your way. But it's about grinding it out, right? And sometimes, and that's what we did against West Ham. We got a late point. I'm not saying that it's well deserved, but we always try and earn it. You know what I'm trying to say? We can't just hold on to the last minute and just try and get something. Gotta get something while we can. You know what I'm trying to say? That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And obviously, we cannot drop points in this game. And
Mm.
because number one, Liverpool is currently 3 points behind us. If we drop further points from this game, we could find ourselves in sixth place.
We have a better goal difference than them, though.
No, but I'm saying if we continue dropping, like you know what happens when United loses one game and then we lose the next game. It starts like a trend
Don't
of
forget Chelsea. Don't forget Chelsea. They're 1 point behind us. And don't forget Villa. Villa could also keep on gaining.
yeah,
Villa have Leeds at home this weekend. Villa
we
could
have
also
Leeds
gain.
at home.
Villa could gain more points, bro. So we have to be on. We have to try and do our job. We have to try and win our game, and not worry too much about what others do. Worry about ourselves. We should have won last week, so Villa wouldn't have gained. But you know what? Sometimes it doesn't always go your way. If we can win this week and Villa drop points, and that'd be great. Just try and get as far up the table as we can.
Yeah. That's why it is a must-win game for this game. Also, for the sake of breaking score, like we haven't beaten Moyes since 2021 away from home, and
No, we beat David Moyes.
away from home.
I think Everton. We beat him already, right? Everton.
We went.
Wait, when was he hired? Last season, right? He was hired last season, right?
No, was he not hired this season?
No, last season. He
No,
was
I
hired
said
last.
I'm talking about away from home.
Yeah. We hadn't been we haven't beaten David Moyes since yeah, you're right. 2021 away from home.
Yeah,
Yes, that needs to
away from
end.
home. Yeah,
That
away
streak.
from home, we haven't beaten him since
That,
2021. That was the West Ham streak that we were mentioning in the last preview. Remember,
mm,
for West Ham, we also said the same thing. We haven't beaten West Ham away from home since 2021, and since
yeah,
David Moyes was former West Ham manager, he started that streak. So we need to break that streak as well. We
yeah.
failed to break it. We failed to break it last game. We need to break it this game.
Agreed. 100%
Yeah.
agreed.
And plus, we cannot let Everton complete a double over us.
Facts. We got to be
Yeah.
on point. Can't just we can't do anything stupid early on because Everton can hold on to a 1-0 win if they score first and we don't capitalize on their mistakes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I said, we didn't capitalize on their red card, and that's why we lost last game 1-0. We weren't able to do our job, right? So yeah,
But also, I remember last game we had a manager who was more like he wasn't willing to go out and attack more than Carrick is. So that's the difference as well.
yeah. The thing
Last,
is, he plays a formation that attacks. He brings on substitutions. He brings on attacking substitutions. He doesn't bring on defensive substitutions instead of attacking substitutions that we're losing. You know what I'm trying to say? He changes the game with he throws on attackers. Last game he did a 3-4-3, but you know what he did? He threw on attackers instead of defenders. Amarim threw on defenders for defenders when we needed the fucking goal. Excuse my language. You know what I mean?
yeah, but actually my only issue with Carrick is the timing of his substitutions.
I mean I don't think the timing is substitutions, to be honest with you. I don't think it's the timing because last game maybe it was a little bit late. I can maybe find level. I can find some level. We can kind of agree on that one. We can find some common ground on that one. But if we're talking like generally, his substitutions have been on point. It's been on point. Most of it has been on point, except the last game. But we can only say that now because we dropped points. Had we won the game, we wouldn't be saying that. To be fair with you, so that's it. I can only say that now that we dropped points against West Ham. But like I said, had we won the game, different story. You wouldn't be saying this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, thanks man for joining
No,
the stream.
big up for me on man. Apologies for the lateness. I was just putting on my turban.
No, it's okay,
Talking.
man. I saw your message a bit late as well. So
My apologies. I
yeah,
just got back. I just got
yeah.
back from
So
holiday. That's why we're doing the show now. You know. So, but thanks for having me on, bro. And guys, make sure you guys subscribe to Kyle. Make sure you guys do so. You know, he's getting very close to 1K. I'm 55 subscribers away from 600 subscribers. If you guys get me there, that'd be great. Let's get to 600 subscribers. And like I said, I want to try and get to 1K before the World Cup. That's my aim. To get to 1K before the World Cup. You know, you know, before we do World Cup content in the summer, let's get to 1K people. Come on, let's get
oh,
there.
you're doing World Cup content in the summer.
Yes, I'll be doing World Cup content. I'm not going to be at the World Cup, but I will do some World Cup content.
Or like live streams, predictions, those things.
Sorry,
You're going to do predictions.
I will do like prediction shows. I will do like just general shows. Yes, I will be doing that. Yeah, I'll be doing like preview shows, and I'll be doing like World Cup weekly previews. So like match day previews. Um, I won't be doing shows daily though. Not every, maybe there'll be like an odd day where I miss out on the show. But you know what? I'm gonna be doing